Left to navigate the other world on his own in this part of the game, Harry must collect the relics associated with 5 of the 7 Olympian spirits in order to reach the final rite of passage. The inscription on the door reads, "Thou possess them to guard thy spirit, evoke 5 rites, unveil thy fate." As the inscription indicates, passing through this door requires the invocation of 5 Olympian spirits whom will provide Harry protection against evil, presumably. Without the help of these 5 Olympian spirits, Harry wouldn't stand a chance against the dark forces that await him in the final ceremony. The dagger of Melchior in the center symbolizes a sacrifice, as the god of the order is coming down to earth, and this birth will certainly kill Alessa. The relics at the 4 corners symbolize the physical unified with the metaphysical, or uniting of heaven and earth, hence God leaving the spirit realm and entering the world of mortals. What each of these 4 cornerstone relics have in common and represent is the unity of the masculine and feminine, as they are all symbols which either combine or subtly infer the 2-in-1 nature of the eternal cycle of life and death, and as well as rebirth. As above, so below, in other words, or the microcosm reflecting the macrocosm and vice versa. Remember, Alessa created 5 seals of Metatron, not 7, so she could only invoke 5 Olympian spirits. The Olympian spirits of Ak and Fool, or the sun and moon, are the ones that are missing. Invoking the seal of Metatron, or the seal of Samael, and the Olympian spirits relates to and originates from Solomonic magic. Not to be confused with the Star of David, the Amulet of Solomon Harry obtained a little earlier is very powerful in terms of ritual magic, and it has many different forms and ways it can be used. Remember that these magic rituals rely heavily upon specific planetary positions, alignments, conjunctions, and so forth. Arguably, the most powerful of these is not the hexagram, but the pentagram, known as the tetragrammaton, shown in the upper right. Tetragrammaton in Greek refers to 4 letters. Those 4 letters at the center of the screen here in Hebrew are Yod, He, Vav, He, which spell the name Yahweh, the God of the Israelites. And it's read from right to left. So Yod is seen as the hand of the Creator. At the bottom is is 2 examples of one version of the secret seal of Solomon, which is a seal found in the 17th century grimoire on demonology known as Le Megaton, which curiously resembles, if you look at it, looks like the seal of Metatron. Notice that the tetragrammaton here in this example bears all of the same relics on its face that Harry must collect in order to place on Alessa's door and get to the final ceremony. Except for perhaps the disc of Ouroboros, although one could infer this symbol by the presence of the other closely related symbols. Each of these residing in their own respective cultural contexts, but inferring much of the same meaning. Eliphas Levi had this to say about the pentagram in his book, The Doctrine of Transcendental Magic. Quote, "All mysteries of magic, all symbols of the gnosis, all figures of occultism, all Kabbalistic keys of prophecy are summed up in the sign of the pentagram, which Paracelsus proclaims to be the greatest and most potent of all signs. Paracelsus, that innovator in magic who surpassed all other initiates in his unaided practical success, affirms that every magical figure and every Kabbalistic sign of the pentacles which compel spirits may be reduced to two, which are the synthesis of all others. These are the signs of the macrocosm, or the seal of Solomon, and that of the microcosm, more potent even than the first. That is to say, the pentagram, of which he provides a most minute description in his occult philosophy, now a sign which summarizes in their expression all the occult forces of nature, a sign which has ever exhibited to elementary spirits and others a power greater than their own, fills them naturally with respect and fear, enforcing their obedience by the empire of science and of will over ignorance and weakness. By the pentagram also is measured the exact proportions of the great and unique ethanor necessary to the confection of the philosophical stone and the accomplishment of the great work. End quote.